from Annapolis, where the Big Red Machine takes on the defending champions. And the winner, Bernhardt against Fleet Wallace. Bernhardt, great speed, gets the step, and Jared Bernhardt here in Annapolis gets Maryland on the board.
Love the adjustment here by 10 and white. Jared Bernhardt athletically might be the best guy on this field. His first attempt against Fleet Wallace tried to get into his body and stopped his feet. This time, it is one speed dodge, pass goal line extended. And if you look here, he doesn't shoot prematurely. He takes another 2 or 3 steps. It looks at first he's going to shoot, and then he takes those 2 or 3 extra steps.
Defense is hung up. Bernhardt waiting, dancing. Picked up by Dom Doria. Bernhardt, he's got both Maryland goals. That's actually Logan Wisnauskas.
Big redshirt freshman from up the road in Boys Latin in Baltimore, 6'3", 215. Watch how he uses his body and his size to get to prime real estate. Right there, the body lean. Gets up past the 5x5, gets up to about 10 yards north of the goal line extended. The defense leaves Doria, the freshman, confidence, size of this Maryland team.
Bernhardt on the inside off the feed from Fairman.
And they capitalize.
From the state of Utah, grow the game, feeds a kid from Florida. Never would have seen that 20 years ago. Bubba Fairman played a lot of attack in high school too. So comfortable behind the cage. So when he takes the opposing team's defenses behind the cage, it's a midfielder like Dowiak who's out of his comfort zone. And you see
wow! Woo-hoo! Erased, here's Teat, feeds inside. And Cornell gets on the board. Teat to his old high school teammate Clark Peterson. And off of chaos, Cornell capitalizes.
That'll be a spark and an energy goal at a time where Cornell needed it. How you doing? Teat's there to scoop up the loose ball. They got a 2-on-1. O'Connell gets crushed by McCulloch.
Tattooed.
Brody Merrill at the Hill Academy up in Canada. Peterson, a junior captain. A captain is a sophomore. Here come the Terps. A chance for a long pole goal. And they get it. Michael Adler, the senior who transferred from UMass Lowell with his first goal of the season. And you talk about just taking the momentum right back.
Goals directly off of face-offs are worth like double credit. It almost takes 3 possessions to score on average, and boom, just as Cornell was sniffing this thing, you see the great face-off work by Shockey, the flip to Adler.
Matt Licciardi, the freshman. Licciardi with the assist. And Cornell comes right back. It's 4-2. Cooper Telesco.
Telesco showed me something in the Dome last week in that first round game. He was assertive in the 5-on-5 sets. He's a big, strong kid. But Licciardi, the undersized sophomore midfielder, knows exactly where that slide is coming from. And
your favorite city?
Greatest city in the history of mankind. Now Bernhardt feeding inside, and there's DeMeo to cash in. Jared Bernhardt has now had a hand in 3 of Maryland's 5 goals.
Terrapin Nation like what they're seeing. Bernhardt's got Fleet Wallace hung up. Draws the double team, and there's no defensive rotation down the backside. So if you're going to send two to double team Jared Bernhardt, the rest of the defense has to recognize and rotate. Experience something like that within a game, the game within the game.
You wonder if they can live up to the hype. Connor Kelly has lived up to the hype all season. His first tally of the afternoon and a 4-goal advantage.
Clark, two things stand out about this goal. Is his ability to catch and release quickly and to position himself in the middle of the field where the goal, tell the young viewers how the goal is bigger when you're shooting top center.
Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, he's looking at all of that 6x6. A lot of guys will hedge and fly down to the sides of the cage and you decrease your angle. Kelly knows that. And Cornell is sloughing inside. He's the farthest man from the ball. They don't
For
think
ticket information and championship updates, visit ncaa.com/lacrosse. Cornell tallies its 3rd goal.
Dowiak, the senior from Del Barton in Jersey, Major League Lacrosse draft pick. Most of Cornell's unsuccessful shots have come from a severe angle. This was one from range. Paul, you warned us about Jordan's range, but again, he's semi towards the middle of the field where the goal is big, and he makes Morris move pipe to pipe, and the big goalie from Texas doesn't get there.
You know what he also does, Quint? Shoots right up.
The speed comes from his family line, his great uncle, one of the great track stars in the history of Cornell lacrosse, and that time it's Peterson cashing in from in close. The Big Red starting to possess the ball, their offense getting into a rhythm. After that 3-0 start by Maryland, Cornell has recovered.
At 6-2, it didn't look good. But they've shown uncommon grit all season long. You saw it last weekend up in the Carrier Dome when they were down. Dowiak left-handed down the alley, flip inside, and there's Peterson, the junior from Toronto.
Got to make plays that you're not accustomed to. Jordan Dowiak only had 6 assists coming into today's.
Fairman against the short stick, feeding the crease. Bubba Fairman finding Wisnauskas, 7-4.
That's a pair of assists for Bubba Fairman, Utah native. Took a PG year at Deerfield. He wears number 2 because Colin Heacock wore that number last year. And they share one thing in common, and that's charisma. Here you see a freshman now playing his best ball when it matters. And once again, Cornell not on the same page defensively, Clark. They send 2 for the ball handler, and they leave a man in front wide open.
They're so concerned.
It's a 5-on-4 in front. The defense is in a box or a diamond formation.
Skip pass. Bubba! The freshman embracing the big stage. Couple of assists. Now he's got his first goal of the afternoon.
Bubba. What a name. What a game. We saw his feeding prowess in the beginning stages of this game and in the 3rd quarter. Now he's spraying and pinning corners. Fairman has the Terps up.
Shot the ball very well today after a slow start in that first quarter where they went 1 for 6.
Great ball movement, and Maryland cashes in again. Colin Giblin, the senior from Bethesda. Maryland starting to pull away.
Terps can taste it. Will Snyder, the hero of the overtime win against Johns Hopkins. Anytime Maryland has drawn double teams today, good things have happened. And watch Snyder cut right down the seam.
And Quint, I was mentioning Pulver doing a great one-on-one job on Connor Kelly, but the threat of Kelly on the outside.
You know, it seemed an extra goal or two from elsewhere, and that made the difference. And then the championship game, Adam DeMillo 5 goals all season, 2 in the title game. Bubba Fairman with a 4-point afternoon, and Maryland's lead mushrooms to 6.
Freshman out of Utah, 19 years old, as blossomed late in the season. Eyes up, he gets the helper. Eyes up again, operating from X, dissecting the defense with a nice dish inside. Beautiful shot from the outside. Grip it. 6th. Hopefully Christian Knight will be a counselor again. Fantastic with the younger kids.
Fairman with his 3rd. A Sunday that belongs to Bubba.
Wow. He is a star. The potential is off the charts because, like I mentioned, play him anywhere. Moments ago, we saw him spraying 2 outside shots. Now he's going one-on-one against a long pole. Typically, the matchups for Maryland attack the shorty. Who's the guy or two that has the weak link? When you have a guy like Jared Bernhardt.
DeMeo top shelf for his 2nd goal. The freshman from San Diego. And that is 8 unanswered.
This is a San Diego sidewinder.
6 unanswered.
DeMeo just sizzles from a sidearm release to a top shelf placement. Watch how quickly this is in and out of his stick. Boom.
Wow. Credit out Adam DeMillo as well, understanding where the pressure is coming from. When a midfielder drives down that side, rolls back, he knows that red shirts will be all over him.
Dowiak ends the long scoring drought for Cornell.
Slight defensive hesitation from Maryland. You could hear the goalie say, T.O., T.O. That's Tom O'Connell, 11 in white. And the goalie was trying to alert him that he's the hot guy. So right here he yells out, T.O., look at the left side of your screen. There's 11, he's got to go. He's late, turn and rake. Communication leading to execution is a signature of a good defense.
Dowiak has put together an incredible senior season. The guy would like to shoot from the outside, could dodge off of ball movement a lot like him. He's got red hair. I got brown hair.
There's Dowiak again on cue. Back-to-back goals for Cornell, 12-6.
I'll tell you what, this guy's my stunt double. I might tell my kids when I get home if they saw the game that Dad played like that. Maybe they'll give me a little more respect around the house. But the fact of the matter is, as a shooter, you salivate when you feel defensive pressure going down the field with the other Dodger. And that's what Maryland did.
Fletcher, 6-goal margin, 6 and change to go.
That was not said with confidence, but Dowiak playing with confidence. He's got 4. That was his 40th of the season. And if Cornell is to come back, 23 is going to have something to say about it.
Look, the grit, courage, and effort of these guys in red, they're not going to quit. And it's possible. I mean, you look up and you're down 5 with 3 minutes to go. There's a little doubt. But 6 with 6 minutes to go is very doable. Now it's 5 with 6 and change. So you know, the math works. The question, though, are possessions. And it so often is triggered by Fogo dominance.
Fletcher is understanding the process of dodging with his head up. And I think this guy, 27 in red, is a star in the making. And Dowiak, as a shooter, when you're hitting the back of the net, your confidence skyrockets. Your range then can increase. And he's a senior, man. He's not going to hold back in this 4th quarter.
5 points for Dowiak, 4 goals and an assist. And Fletcher has assisted on the last 2. Cornell had a big win last month against Syracuse. Fletcher was a big key in that win running by the Syracuse defensive midfielders, drawing slides, getting the defense to move. And now with a face-off win, let's see if Cornell can cut it to 4. Kark, at some point you would think Jeff Teat has to be engaged if Cornell is going to have any chance of completing a comeback or getting it to within striking distance.
Wow!
Maybe not. Fletcher and Dowiak doing the heavy lifting in the fourth quarter for Cornell. It's 12-8.
Showing a little bit of everything. Fletcher was the feeder on the last 2 Dowiak shots that hit the back of the net. This time he takes it himself. When you're in the 5-on-5 set, the defensive slide changes, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter because of the shot location. Morris, a righty goalie, you cannot.
Goal is open. Now Christian Knight retreating in the goal. Here come the Terps. Too easy for Jared Bernhardt. The sophomore with a hat trick. And Maryland able to break the press.
That's wonderful execution and patience from Bryce Young, the defender who deals with heavy pressure right here, runs by his man, and then keeps his eyes up. This is just about being the best athlete on the field. And Jared Bernhardt dusts his man, but 41 in white deserves a lot of credit. Bernhardt works back to make that an easy pass, and his brother celebrates on the bench.
The roar is for Maryland, and a familiar refrain in college lacrosse. The Terps are headed to championship weekend once again.